Okay, I think we are live now. Alright. Well, hello everyone. It is I, of course, Cameron of Trainboy1522 Productions, and today I decided to go back to something I haven't shown in a very long time, and that is my N-scale layout. Um, if you watched my videos from way back in the day, I used to do model trains, but here I am back with them, and I decided to do a little, I guess, running session with some of the trains here. So yeah, I guess that's about it. But we're all, not only are we gonna run the trains here, but I'll also do a Q&A session. I'll answer any of your questions if any of you have any. So I'm just gonna get it pulled up here. Alright. So, let's see if anyone's joined. No one's joined yet. Okay. Well, I guess for now, I'm going to show you some of the models that I have. So, if anyone wants to do any suggestions of what you would like to see run, you can. So, this is the layout here. It's not terribly small, but it's decently sized. So yeah. Of course, we have the main town over there. Some of these buildings will get replaced with actual N-scale buildings in the future, so still working on it. But here we got my little freight yard over here where I store my freight cars. So I have 2 sets of coal hoppers sets here, and then I have 2 sets of intermodal containers. So I usually combine both of them into long trains. So you would see a long intermodal and a long coal train. So that's it for my freight rolling stock. I can show you guys some of my passenger rolling stock as well as the freight locomotives. So yeah. So first up here we have the Amtrak Horizon coaches. We got, of course, the Dinette, the passenger coaches. I do enjoy running these, but the only thing I have issues with these cars is that the coupling system is a little, like, frigid, I guess you could say, I don't know. So it's, like, very hard to move, and they don't really like to work with my Ampletes a lot, so might just unscrew the bottoms of the couplers a little bit, so then they would, like, rotate a little more, so, yeah. But they're really great models, and they're made by Rapido Trains, so shout out to them, Jason Schron and Jordan Smith and the other people that work at Rapido. You guys really make really good models. I really enjoy them. But yeah, that's the only Rapido stuff I have. Most of the stuff that you will see in this video are Kato models, because Kato is probably one of my favorite model train manufacturers. So up above, we also have these Southern Pacific articulated coaches here. We got 2 chair cars, and back here we have the articulated coffee shop, kitchen, and dining car. So that's that up there. These 2 right here, these are full of superliners. I also have a Phase 3B V-liner, Amtrak V-liner 2 baggage car right here. So that's that. We also have, of course, have a Superliner 2 transition sleeper. If anyone at Kato if anyone who works at Kato is watching this video, I highly recommend. I'd love to see you guys make a what do you call it? Oh, yeah. I highly recommend. I would really love to see you guys make Superliner 2 coaches, but other than just the transition sleeper here. So I'd love to see you guys make more. I mean, really the only thing you really have to do is just put the G70 trucks on it. So yeah, that's really it. But hopefully you guys can do that sometime. I'd love to also see you guys make Phase 7 Superliners, but yeah, because yeah, most of the other Superliners are all the Superliner 1s. So we got a sleeper here. What else do we got here? We also have a coach. And then a coach baggage. So there's that. And then down below we have the rest of my Superliners. What else? So you got, of course, another coach right here. Sorry about that. We got a sleeper. right here. So these ones have the silver trucks. The other Superliner ones up there have the black ones. So I might switch them out for black trucks eventually, but for now I don't need to worry about that. Next up is, I believe, another. Oh, no, this is a coach. Here's another coach. This is the Sightseer lounge car right here. Like that. Next we have the dining car. Really neat. And then another sleeper here. So we got that. And then another coach baggage. So yeah, it's really neat. Alright, so next up down here we have some other random cars. We have a Union Pacific half-length dome car right here. One of the coach domes. We have an Amtrak high level, one of the old coach dorms, which is meant for the crew. These are, of course, this was like the transition sleeper before the sleeper. Hello, who is this? Farasop 3118. I hope I pronounced that right. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for commenting. But yeah, we have this ex Santa Fe high level in the Amtrak colors, so it's pretty neat. Next up, we have an Amtrak Heritage baggage car here in the Phase 3. Really neat. And we have two other Amtrak baggage cars in the Phase 1 livery. So, pretty neat. So we got that. Next down here is the Chicago Northwestern 400 set with a Chicago Northwestern E unit right here, numbered 5022A. We got, I guess this is like one of the coaches. It's like a coach generator's car of some kind. I don't know what, but yeah, we have that. We have two coaches right here. And I guess this is like a cafe lounge car or something like that. And then the cab car. So we got that. So it's pretty neat. It's a really neat set. And then down here we have some extra Southern Pacific daylight coaches. So we got like the observation car, the baggage car, two chair cars right here, and then in the middle we have a tavern car. Which is pretty neat. I'm hoping at some point I'm going to try to put vestibules on the ends of these cars because it looks a little weird without no vestibule right here, because they just kind of stick out and it's, yeah, you get what I mean. Down here we have some Amfleet 1 coaches, so that's that. And down here I guess we have nothing. Yeah, sad. Anyways, so let's go down here. We have our first set of locomotives. We have the Amtrak P42 DCs. So I have two regular Amtrak Phase 5 P42s, number 150 and 169. So that's that. I'll just pull them out one by one. So there you go. And then we have Amtrak 46, the 50th anniversary heritage unit with it. Hi, what up, Brian Schlipp? Yes, the Milwaukee Road. Yes, what up, Brian Schlipp Jr.? Welcome to the stream. It's been a while since I've seen you around. So we got those. Next up are some of my favorite Amtrak locomotives. We have Amtrak 161. First off, rest in peace 161. This was like one of my favorite Amtrak heritage units. As well, after all, Phase 1 is my favorite heritage unit, or my favorite paint scheme from Amtrak. So still have a model of 161. It's very sad that it caught on fire in Washington, but yeah. Next up we got 160, the Pepsi can, or as my friends like to call it, the Pepsi vehicle. So that's that. Then, of course, we have Amtrak 203, the Operation Lifesaver locomotive. Also, C-Trax Think Train. Remember that. Okay. Anyways. So, yeah, that's the P42s. Down here, I have another P42 and my ALC 42 Chargers. Pepsi be like, you stole our name. Yes. So we'll start with this P42 over here. This is actually my first N-scale model I've ever received. This was Amtrak P42 number 42, the Veterans Unit, before it was pulled out of service, and now it sits in Beech Grove awaiting its fate. So, yeah. But I still have the model, and I might run it at some point. If you guys suggest it, I will probably run it. So, yeah. So next we have some ALC 42 Chargers. We have number 300 right here. I was given that as a piggy bank, yes. And then we also have a Phase 6 Charger 302, so we have 2 Phase 6 units. And then I have 1 Phase 7 here. I'm planning to get another one soon. So we have a Phase 7 Charger number 314. And then we have the best of them all, of course, save the best for last. Amtrak ALC 42 number 301, the day 1 unit. I'll briefly show just a bit. There we go. So, yeah. Very neat. So, what else do we have down here? Oh, yes. We have the Amfleet 2s and Viewliners. I got a Phase 7 that was numbered 348. That visited the GR sub. Yeah, nice. Nice video, yes. Friends OJ's trains, welcome to the stream, too. Alright. So, yeah. Next up, we have the Amfleet 2s down here. So, they're pretty similar to the Amfleet 1s I also have, but of course, you got the differences. So, yeah, I have those. And then I also have the Viewliner 1s right over here, if I can get them out. So, it's pretty neat. And then down here, I have a 7-car train set of old historic passenger coaches that I use on some of my excursion trains that I run on the layout. So we have this is the Canadian National Transcontinental 7-car train set that they released a couple years ago. So I have all the coaches. They're made up of ex-Union Pacific, Milwaukee Road, and PRR coaches that the Canadian National acquired when they were building up their Transcon passenger trains. We have an ex-UP baggage car, an ex-UP coach, and then there's an ex-Pennsylvania Railroad sleeping car, or I believe it's a 10-6 sleeper. And then we have an ex-Milwaukee Road Superdome. So, very neat. And then we have an ex-Union Pacific dining car right here. And, oh nice. That is the set I'm planning to get at some point. I have a pair of CNF3s looking for cars, haha. Yeah, makes sense. And then I have an ex-Milwaukee Road 10-6 sleeping car right here. And of course, the best for last, the ex-Milwaukee Road Skytop observation car. So, yeah, love that Skytop, yeah. Hey, what up, Train Stream? It's been a while. Yeah. I am planning to get some actual Milwaukee Road painted passenger cars at some point. So, be on the lookout for that when I get them, I guess. So, yeah. So next up down here is a mixture of Pennsylvania Railroad and New York Central sleeping cars. So we have 3 New York Central sleeping cars. I've been recovering. I guess I hope you get well then. But yeah, then we also have some Pennsylvania Railroad sleepers over here too, so yeah. Next up, we have the CB&Q Denver Rio Grande and Western Pacific California Zephyr dome cars. So we got that. And we have a business car here. So I have that. So here we have my dome cars for the California Zephyr. So yeah, we got that. We also have the end car right there. Then we have more California Zephyr coaches. These are the dining car and the sleepers, as well as a coach. And I also have a Santa Fe sleeper here that I got. I used to have the first Kato Olympian Hiawatha when it first came out and was lighted. I was dumb and sold it off when the custom F7 Streamliner that pulled it. Yeah. But the reason why I'm hoping to get the actual Milwaukee Road Hiawatha set with the actual Milwaukee Road Hiawatha paint scheme is because technically I'm planning to pair it up with my UP 3985 in N scale because I'm looking to recreate as much of the RRHMA equipment as I can. So yeah, there's another empty. Alright, so now we go on to some of the UP excursion coaches and the freight locomotives. So first off, we have the BNSF EMDs that I have here. So we have two SD7 regular nose headlight SD70 Aces right here. And then I have a Thundercab SD70 Ace. So I thought that was really neat that Kato made the Thundercabs. So, well, the Thundercabs were the first iteration of the Kato models that they had, because they had there's two different types of Ace models that they made. They made the non-isolated one, and then they made the isolated ones over here. So, yeah, it's pretty neat. And then and this is one of my most recent additions to the layout, I have a BNSF Executive SD70 Mac, number 9779. So, it's pretty neat that I have a Mac now. So these locomotives typically go on my coal trains when I run them. So next up is one that sadly got scrapped recently. This is BNSF 9297 or 8197 or 1474, whatever you like to call it, or as commonly known as the Great Pumpkin. This is a really unique locomotive, and this was made by Atlas. So props to Atlas for making this. One thing I hope that I can do with this particular model is add ditch lights down here, because it kind of looks weird without them, but yeah. But yeah, overall, it's a great runner, and it's a great model. So yeah, I'm going to keep it in there for now. So next up down here, I believe, yes, we have the Union Pacific Heritage locomotives that I have. Hoping to get more eventually, but this is the amount I have. So first off, we have the We Are One unit, Union Pacific 1979. Looks really neat. Then we have the Union Pacific 1111, the Powered by Our People locomotive. So that's that. Then I have UP 1943, the Spirit of the Union Pacific Veterans unit. This is one of my favorite this is probably one of my favorite special locomotives that Union Pacific has made, and I think it's probably my favorite veterans unit too. It's really unique. And then we have the UP 4141, the George Bush locomotive. I hope to see this with real engine sometime at the Presidential Library, but yeah, it's actually a good runner. I sometimes run it here and there, mostly with my UP 4014 on some occasions, so yeah. Then we have, of course, my favorite Union Pacific Heritage locomotive. This is the UP 1995, the CN&W Heritage unit, so yeah. And if you're wondering why CN&W is my favorite Heritage unit, well, 1995 is, you're probably wondering why my 1995 is my favorite Heritage unit from Union Pacific, Heritage-wise, not counting all the rest of the tribute units, is because the Chicago Northwestern is my favorite fallen flag from Union Pacific, so yeah, it's pretty neat. Next up, we have these next three down here are some Union Pacific excursion coaches. They're a mixture between the Union Pacific 7-car excursion train set, like these three. So we have like the Kenefic, what else do we have here? We have, yeah, the Kenefic, the business car. We got City of Portland, the UP flag car, Promontory, which I think it should have been Council Bluffs, but whatever. We got Columbine, Power Car 207, and the sleeping car Willie James. So that's the part of the 7 cars. One of them is down here, which I'll get to later. Next up, we have the coaches from the City of Los Angeles set, the Union Pacific City of Los Angeles train set. We have a couple of them here. We have a coach dome car. We have a diner. Another sleeping car, Pacific Ocean. And then we have a dome diner. Excuse me. We have, looks like a sleeping car, Placid Lake, I believe. I hope I pronounced that right. What's this one? Boise. This is a Boise here is a what do you call it? I believe this is a sleeper slash lounge car, so it's like a, I don't know what to call it. It's like a sleeper lounge, something like that. And then we have a dome observation with the City of LA Herald on the end, or it's like a drum head. Excuse me. So that's that. Then we have some more extra UP coaches I have down here. These are a mixture of some of the regular Union Pacific coaches, and also these are supposed to replicate the ones that are going to be used by an organization that I'm friends with, the Raritan Heritage of Midwest America out in Silvis. So we have a UP baggage car, which I believe they're going to use as their tool car for Challenger. This is a sleeping car that I got from a old set that I have. I think it's called the Smooth Side Passenger Car set. And then we have a couple of the coaches. This was part of the UP7 car set. This was the Portland Rose, which is a real, which this coach actually is owned by RRHMA now, but it's really neat that I have it in N scale. And then these two coaches right here are part of the City of Los Angeles set. We have these two. So, yeah. And then this one has nothing on it. It came from the Smooth Side coach set, same with the sleeper car. And then we also have an extra UP diner. So, pretty neat. So I believe that is all of my Union Pacific coaches. Could be wrong though, I could have more. But, yeah. Oh wait, never mind, we have some extras over here, so I can show you guys that. We have a UP baggage car, which is supposed to replicate the one that was used on, I believe, I think it was Lynn Nystrom. So we have that. I also have the dorm car that is also part of the City of LA set. These two are specifically, and it's supposed to replicate the Union Pacific's tool cars that they use on the excursions. So we have this car, which is supposed to be known as Howard Fogg, and this baggage car, which is supposed to replicate Art Lockman. So, yeah, pretty neat. And then we have another baggage dormitory car. And then we have another dome car, Coach Dome to be specific, and another UP observation car. So, yeah, that's about it for those. So now we're going to get on to the some other locomotives. So first up, we have the Union Pacific locomotives here, the regular UP locomotives. So first off, we have the SD70M number 4015, which used to be Big Boy's 4014's diesel helper, which I believe now is the Abraham Lincoln locomotive number 1616. Next up is Union Pacific Ace, SD70 Ace 9041 with the nose headlight. Hoping to get another one of these, as well as the Thundercab version too. Then we have a Union Pacific AC 4400 CW number 6712, which is surprisingly, I didn't know this. This was the real life 6712 is a what do you call it? It's an ex-Chicago Northwestern AC44, so pretty neat. And then I have two, and of course I have two regular Union Pacific GEVOs, or ES44s, whatever you like to call them. So we have 5530 and 5553. Yeah, that. So that's my Union Pacific locomotives. So yeah, that's all my Union Pacific locomotives. So yeah. Oh yeah, and another thing of this is down here we have the my extra coaches. We have a baggage car from the California Zephyr, and then and these last coaches here are part of my CB&Q Silver Streak Zephyr set. So yeah. And then down here we have my BNSF GEs, as well as a Canadian Pacific. So I'll move down here first. So we have BNSF-9 in the fake bonnet scheme, number 725. I have a BNSF-9 in the Heritage 3 scheme, number 703. BNSF AC-44 in the Heritage 2 scheme, number 5656. And a BNSF ES-44, number 5953. So, yeah. And the last one here we have is a Canadian Pacific AC 4400 CW number 9817. So, yeah, pretty neat variety of GE and EMD that I have in my collection. I'm planning to get another BNSF GEVO to go along with this one, so it won't be the only GEVO on my layout, I guess. But yeah. And then down here's another empty box. And then down here's a mixture of locomotives. I have some Norfolk Southern and Heritage diesel locomotives. So first off, we have a Norfolk Southern SD70 Ace, the barcode unit, numbered 1111. So pretty neat. Then I have one of my favorite Norfolk Southern Heritage units, the NS1069, the Virginian. And then I have a New York Central, I believe this is an E7, correct me if I'm wrong, number 4022. I hope it's an E7. I could be wrong though. Then I have a CB&Q E5 EMD E5 diesel number. I believe this is can't remember the number. It's named Silver Bullet. I'll have to figure out what the number is. It's so hard to tell. I think it's 9909. Could be wrong though, but yeah. Then I have a ATSF PA1 number 53, the gold bonnet. So it's pretty neat. And lastly, I have a ex Amtrak F40PH number 283 in the Rio Grande ski train scheme. So yeah. And now down here, oh, I realized I had another Superliner over here. A couple of them actually. I have 4 Amtrak Autoracks that I used to use. Don't really use them that much anymore, but I'm thinking about selling these coaches, so or these Autoracks. So if anyone wants to get these, let me know. So yeah. I also have an extra Superliner over here. This is a Superliner Diner in the Phase 4 livery. I actually have a set of Phase 4 coaches, but I'm planning to sell these. So yeah, it's pretty neat that I have that. So yeah. For how much? I don't know yet. I haven't gotten to working on taking pictures and determining the sale. So first I'd have to look at the actual current price of the Autoracks, and then I'll determine them. And don't worry, they will be at a lower price than they are on like when brand new. So I'm not one of those people that sells them at astronomical prices. So yeah. Next up here is a couple of freight cars. So I have a Conrail 50-foot boxcar and a what is this, an ADM tanker. Oh god, nah, I would never sell it at that much. Nah. And then what else do we have here? Oh yes, these are the auxiliary water tenders that are used behind the UP steam locomotives. We have Joe Jordan and Jim Adams. Of course, Joe Jordan's the one without the flag, and then we have Jim Adams with the flag. Let's sell them for $900. Oh my Jesus Christ! Ah, hell nah. I would never. Transstream, you. I feel like you would sell them just so you could flex with your money, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, so down here some extra freight cars, and I also have a Milwaukee Road RPO car. So yes, I do have a quote-unquote Milwaukee Road RPO car. So yeah, that's the only Milwaukee Road piece I have in my collection. So yeah. And then I have 2 Southern Pacific poppers and a tank car. Is this all N scale? Yes, it is. And then I have 2 cabooses. I have an ATSF caboose and a Virginian caboose to go along with 1069. And these both are cupolas. So, yeah. I was joking. Obviously, you're joking. But yeah, and then we have some extra box cars down here. These are the old Milwaukee Road box cars. And I also have a nickel plate box car. So I have that. Down here, some extra cars. I have a Rio Grande 50-foot boxcar and a Union Pacific baggage car, an old one. So, yeah, got that. And I think that's about it for the stuff over here. I think I have a few other models just laying around, but they're all in cases, and most of them are going to get sold off. So, yeah. Well, not these, but like the stuff down here. So, yeah, But as for steam locomotives, I'll have them all out of their boxes and lined up here. So these are all my steam engines that I typically run the layout the most. Sorry. First off, I have a Kato N-scale Mikado type steam locomotive. This is CNNW 425. I don't know if this is actually a real locomotive, but Kato made this as part of their, I guess, making of their Mikados back in the day. So hopefully Kato re-releases these at some point, because I really love the 282 Mikado type steam engines. I mean, but part of what I've been told is that Kato would have to redesign the entire locomotive in order to resell it. So this is what I have for now. But this was a bit of a rare find, so if you ever want to get one of the Kato 282 Mikado type steam engines, they are very hard to find, or they're priced at very high prices. So yeah, that's that. Then I have, of course, a legend that everyone knows, the Daylight Southern Pacific GS4 484 locomotive number 4449. So yeah. So this one, I guess, pulls my other mainline excursion. This I use for a lot of the mainline excursions on the layout that are not Union Pacific related. So that's that. And then I have a classic that I know every rail fan wants to see come back. Union Pacific FEF3 484 Northern number 844. So yeah, I have that locomotive here. This is the first steam engine I actually got in N-scale to run on the layout. This is the latest steam engine I got right here, the Union Pacific Challenger number 3985. I bought this model to go inside with the my friends over at Railroading Heritage of Midwest America. So if you didn't know, for a brief time I actually did volunteer at Railroading Heritage of Midwest America, but I had to drop out on going out to them because I have college coming up. So yeah, very neat locomotive. And I'm planning to run this a lot with my RRHMA equipment that I supposedly get and try to replicate, which I'm also planning to get a Santa Fe, an ATSF B40-8W at some point to go inside with this. I'm hoping to renumber it to 537 unless if Atlas makes one, because Atlas does make those Dash 8s, and I'm hoping to get one of them at least. So yeah, it's a really neat locomotive to run. And last but not least, this is probably one of my prized possessions on the layout. This, of course, I think there's no introduction. We all know what it is. It's Big Boy 4014. That's all you need to know. So, yeah, I have the Kato model of Union Pacific 4014 here. This is a great runner. All I've got to say, out of all my steam locomotives here, this one probably has little to no, like barely any issues are with it. It runs great. It, like, every time I put this on the track, it will run like a champ. So, yeah, it's a great locomotive to run, and yeah, I'm in love with it. That's all I could say. I've been running this thing a lot on the layout constantly. So, yeah, it's a really great locomotive to run. So, yeah, that's about it for a lot of the models that I have that run on my layout. So, if anyone wants to give any suggestions of what I would like to see me run, let me know. I'm going to answer some of your questions here now. So, I'm going to move on to the Q&A part of this video, and then we're going to run some trends on the layout. So, if you want to ask some questions, go ahead. Is this HO or N scale? Yeah, this is N scale. So everything that you see in this video is N scale. So, yeah. Okay, so I guess no one's answering. Oh. Run the Big Boy, please. Okay, so would you guys like to see Big Boy first? Okay. Well, before we do run model trains, please ask me some of your questions if you have any, since this is also a Q&A live stream. So, yeah. Alright, let's see here. I don't know if anyone's doing. Wow, that's sad. Everyone is not even. That's sad. Everyone's not even talking. I'm kidding. But yeah, if any of you have any questions, go ahead. I guess while you guys are asking questions, I might as well get the 4014 out and run it. So yeah, let's get to work on it. Now, if anyone wants to give any suggestions of what you'd like to see run behind it, you can. But for now, I guess I'll just put my Union Pacific passenger coaches behind it as usual, because it always runs with passenger coaches. Here we got some questions. Are you thinking about getting more steam locomotives in the future? Yes. One of the other steam engines I would like to get is the Broadway Limited Imports ATSF 3751 N scale. And if any model train manufacturers ever make one, I would love to get a Milwaukee Road 261 in N scale too. So yeah, thank you for asking about that. Wait, do you have N-scale signals? What signals do you mean, like railroad signals or crossing signals? Because I do have both, technically. I can show you that right now, actually. So I have two sets of Kato N-scale North American style automatic crossing gate setups, which they work really well. Really enjoy these, and yeah. The only downside about these signals is that literally they will trigger for anything that casts a shadow over them. So yeah, they're really great, and I really enjoy these though. So as for train signals, I only have one right here. This is Kato signal that somewhat works. I don't know how to really operate it that well, but it works either way. So I have that. So yeah, good. Thank you for asking that. What time and place your layout is based on? Well, it's a mixture. I kind of try to loosely base it on modern day, but also it's kind of like a bit of what's going to happen in the future. Like, for example, the 3985 running, but also some of the past. I was looking for them, yeah. But it's also, it's kind of a mixture pretty much, because you see models like the Great Pumpkin I have, of course UP4141 before it was retired. I also have of course, the California Zephyr set, which most of the passenger cars that you see are mostly used for like excursions and like office car specials that I run. Like, for example, the BNSF OCS train. So, yeah, thank you for asking that. Where did you buy them from? I bought one of the automatic crossing gate sets from somewhere online. I think it was on modeltrainstuff.com before they closed. And then the other one that I got was from my hobby shop in Geneseo, Illinois, Green River Hobbies, I believe it's called. So big shout out to them. If any of you guys from Green River Hobbies are watching this video, shout out to you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys always have the stuff that I always want. So yeah. So yeah, but yeah, thank you for asking that. Let's see, I better get my coaches out and other stuff. So for my 4014 run, can any of you guys suggest what diesel locomotive I should put behind it? Because at the moment I can only run it with one diesel because of some weird. Because for some reason 4014, my model of 4014 here does a little bit of wheel slip when I put two diesels behind it, but yeah. So please in the comments suggest what diesel locomotive I should put behind it, or specifically if you guys want maybe a heritage unit. So let post your, I guess, votes in the comments, and whichever gets the most votes, I guess, can get it. The Great Pumpkin. Oh God, that would be kind of a weird combo, but we could try. It's just I don't know if it's slower or what, because yeah. But try to let's see what UP Heritage Ant should I run behind it? I'm curious. Okay, so we got that. See, I'm just pulling out all the coaches that I'm going to run with it. Okay. What else do we got? Aha. Alright, so if you guys didn't know, I also replicate the consist of what coaches that were behind it. So this grounded. Oh boy, what up, Zach, our Pacific Coast Landrail fan? He's here. What up, man? Welcome to the stream. What am I grounded for, boy? Anyways, so the consist that I'm going to put together here is going to like replicate the consist that Union Pacific put together for the 4014 Coast to Coast tour that I've seen recently. So yeah, I'll put it all together here. Alright, so if anyone has more suggestions of what I should, what locomotive I should pair it up with, let me know. I kind of want to run the UP 1111 with it, or the 1995, so between those two, let me know if you would like to see me run with those. Otherwise, we're going to turn this layout into a, I guess, a lash up that will come straight out of Roblox. I'm kidding. So we got that. Alright, there we go. So concepts is all put together, so I'm gonna wait for you guys to type in the chat what locomotive I should run with it. So yeah, and if any of you have any more questions, please keep asking. I would love to get more. So, I actually have a double track here. I have a question. All right, go ahead, Zach. And in case if y'all are wondering, this is all double track here, so we can also run another train if you guys want. So, out of all the trains here, it can be either an Amtrak or a coal train or intermodal. So, put some more suggestions in for what other train I should run the layout. I have a question. Does she know how to make a grilled cheese? Yes. I don't know. Does she? Alright. Alright, so, we don't really have a lot of people on the stream here, so just keep asking, guys. I'd like to know. I'll just move it over here so you guys can see me. Alright, do you guys have any suggestions of what diesel I should put behind 4014? Because if you don't, I'm probably just going to put 1111 behind it for now until someone decides to say, hey, why not just run something else? So, yeah. Alright, well, I guess I'll just pull out 1111 and see if it will run. I'm gonna head out. Bless the day and good stream. All right, thanks, Train Stream. I'll see you later. Okay. All right. Well, let's get the 4014 moving. Okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, well, I'm gonna take the camera off my tripod and I guess we'll do a little run by here. So, yeah. Alright, well, let's get the 4014 moving. Okay. What's the other steam locomotive parked in your station? Oh, that is the displayed engine that I have on my layout. This is a Bachmann N-scale nickel plate Berkshire. This is the specifically number 759. So yeah, I have that here. Does it run? Not really. It used to, but it had some issues with it, so yeah, I don't really run it anymore. Wish I did, but another problem with it is that it's a DCC model, and I don't run DCC on my layout. So eventually, maybe I will, but for now, I don't really want to run DCC that much. So yeah. So what's interesting here is that with the sound card I have in my sound box, sorry, voice crack there. Excuse me. So one thing that's interesting is that there's 3 different whistles or horns or whatever. So we have the first one here, which is Imagine Quiet Zone. Oh God, Trent Roberts. So we have the FEF3 horn sample. I don't have the big boy sound card yet, but I'm hoping to get one soon, but I guess this will do for now. And then we have the GS4 air horn. And then the last one here is the SP GS4 6 chime. So Yeah. I'm going to switch it back to 1 because that's the whistle that is kind of similar to 4014's here. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's pretty neat. And then we also got drain. We also got the bell. And then we got brakes. Coupler clank, and then drafting. This is the, you can barely hear it, but it's supposed to replicate the, it had a water tank and they are pumping water into it. Ed Dickens meets Trent Roberts. Oh no. Oh, here's a perfect example here. It stopped at a railroad crossing, and we all know what happens here. Get over here! No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you could say that. Ed Dickens meets Trent Roberts. Oh God. He'd say, what? Not Trent Roberts be standing on the tracks, and Ed Dickens just like, "What's wrong with you?" And he's like, "What's wrong with I? What's wrong with you? You just blew your horn in a quiet zone." Jeez. But yeah. So yeah, this is a pretty neat train to run here. So I guess we'll keep running it here. So yeah. All right, well, let's get it going, actually. The only thing that's a little sad about the sound card here is that it doesn't really sync up with the drivers moving, so, yeah. Alright, well, let's go to the other side over here at this little freight vehicle I have, and I guess we'll watch it pass by over here. Just put the camera down. There we go. Might as well do another run-by shot here. Alright, so I guess there you have it for now. So, yeah. So if anyone wants to put more suggestions in here about what train I should run next, let me know. Otherwise, I might end the stream very soon because it is kind of getting boring, but it's alright. Have ever thought of putting a freight yard at some point? Yeah, I do. I mean, that freight yard that I have there currently is the best I have, but yeah, hopefully eventually I'll get a bigger one. So, yeah. I guess there you have it for now. Alright. Alright, well, there you have it for now. I'm planning on doing a bit of a model train running session at some point, so you guys get to see some of my other models run here. Besides, of course, 4014, which I know you guys suggested for me to run it, so, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. Alright, well, I guess we'll run it again. Might as well put the camera down here. So, yeah. Alright, well, I guess that's about it for this stream. I'm hoping to do another one tonight, but maybe I'll do a Gartic Phone or Pup Party stream tonight, so be on the lookout for more videos. So I guess with that said, this is Trainboy 1522 Productions, over and out.